Testing, one, two, three, testing, testing, one, two, three, testing. Hello, 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 everyone. This is Monty Bell, the homeless journalist, the gray-haired fox. This is Sunday, June 7th, 2020. And if you've gotten my package, you'll see that I've enclosed some audio recordings of my court case in the Circuit Court of Hamilton County, Tennessee. And today being Sunday, June 7th, 2020, I also put within the packet a couple of documents pertaining to my case that can best be described as the biggest fraud case in human rights and civil rights violations. Yeah. And I believe in the recorded history of the United States of America's judiciary system. Being a Chattanooga Southerner, a black man, a homeless journalist, and a pro se litigant. This is my protest, and it can best be described for whom the bell tolls. And the most publicized criminal court case that was never publicized until now. The criminal court case of Monty Dwayne Bell, the man with the $1 million voice, designated as the homeless journalist. Yeah, this is my story. The court history of a Chattanooga native, Monty Dwayne Bell, the man with the $1 million voice, silenced by the criminal justice system. I guess you could call me the Colin Kaepernick of the broadcast industries. And in this package, in my own words, quoting, I guess, Socrates in Plato's Apology, Paresia is the reason for my unpopularity and unemployment in the city of Chattanooga, county of Hamilton, and the state of Tennessee. I've seen through the protest a number of black attorneys. Unfortunately, none of them are here in the South. And what we do have here is nothing to speak of. I'm proceeding pro se in the biggest fraud case in the history of America's judiciary system. And I'm fighting this cause, sweeping on the filthy streets of Chattanooga, Tennessee. So this is my story. Yeah, for whom the bell tolls. My phone number, my contact information is attached in the packet. This is a current court case. Fraud and all the egregious amenities attached to it are involved. Give me a call. Write me a letter. Here it goes. Monty Bell, the homeless journalist, the gray-haired fox. Hello?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Bell. This is Tom Greenholz down in the criminal court. Good morning to you.
Oh, yes, indeed. It's a great morning, Judge Greenholz. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Yes, sir. How can I be of help to you?
Well, you can be of tremendous help. I've got $48 billion past due, Tom, at the civil court. $19 million will be granted to the graduating class of Brainerd High School, the Panthers, where I attended. And this is from 1993 to 2019. Let me, first of all, thank you again for calling me back. Tom, I've got you here, and I'm actually looking at a phone directory from 2017 that lists you as being a criminal court judge.
Yes, sir.
But I also have in front of me documentation in the Circuit Court for Hamilton County, Tennessee, in my causation, Monty Bell, plaintiff versus Andy Burke, defendant, where you is sitting as the presiding judge pro tempore in the Circuit Court. And you reference accordingly to the Tennessee Supreme Court Rule 10b. Now we understand what that is, but I'm asking now. If we can go public and you tell black people particularly, how is it that you were able to sit as a presiding judge, whether it was to substitute for someone or not, any causation of Monty Bell, plaintiff, a black man, an entrepreneur, a person who has for his entire career as a broadcaster is denied an opportunity to be heard because of your decision to transfer my case to Division 1. And I'm looking, and that's even in 2017 was Judge J.B. Bennett, who actually sent some troops to destroy me for filing a cause for relief because of things that have happened to my business and my person as a citizen and resident of Chattanooga, Hamilton County. I'm requesting a public response. You've been in the newspaper. You've talked about Judge Statham. You've talked about this 55 being the RICO violation of about a community of black men, and I even have where you while in my cause, Tom, you actually attempted to transfer my civil court case to the criminal court division around October the 29th of that year, 2018, I think, to try me there. So this is not procedural rule of any kind. This is white derision, Tom. This is what I complained about in this cause, which David took.
Yes, I'm sorry. I think we may have the facts maybe mixed up just a little bit, but I'll tell you, I think what was going on, I don't have the papers in front of me. In 2017, I believe J.B. Bennett was the presiding judge of the 11th Judicial District. The presiding judge is a position that's created by the Supreme Court for administration of the judicial districts. So currently, right now, Judge Marie Williams, who's the circuit court judge, is presiding judge over the 11th Judicial District. At the time that J.B. Bennett was presiding judge, I was the presiding judge pro tem. For whatever reason, Judge Bennett couldn't deal with an administrative matter because of recusal or other interest in the case. It would pass over to me.
Well, that's fine. We're not there in 2017. It's just that your signature and you're sitting on the bench is there. And to explain this, see, I never had a chance in court before a jury of my peers to even understand why you were even a part of my case, particularly being a criminal.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bell. I don't mean to interrupt. I think what it is, once again, I don't have the paper in front of me. If you'd like to give me that, I'll be happy to respond to you in writing. I think what that is an order where a judge had recused himself or herself off of your case in circuit court. Judge Bennett, for whatever reason, couldn't preside on the matter to have it reassigned after the recusal. So then it fell to me then to assign the case to another.
Well, see, I don't understand that because you're in a different. Your procedural rules as a criminal court judge is completely different than what happens with a judge at the civil court level.
I wasn't acting pursuant to jurisdiction granted by the civil court.
But again,
Mr. Bell, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to help Mr. Bell. Honestly, I am.
But you're still in 2017. What we've got now is J.B. Bennett, the same judge who was not even assigned to my case, that's been a part of my case here in 2020. Now, he's recused himself from my cause, thankfully, but then again, before he recused himself, he did another unethical thing. That's where we are now. It still involves you. I'm wanting to get the public's input into how it is that Monty Bell citizen can file a causation in the Hamilton County Circuit Court and get all this involvement from these judges, and not go before a jury of my peers. That was my request, not to have you or J.B. Bennett or Hamilton County Sheriff's officers or all of this nonsense that has occurred. We've got some students that really need this money, and I've already guaranteed that they're going to get it. But now, my call to your office again and early this morning is because I don't see whether I want for you to go public with this Times Free Press, these television stations, because you all have denied me an opportunity to be an entrepreneur. You all have tried to criminalize me through the judiciary system.
I'm sorry. I've with all due respect, I've not presided on your case. I've not issued orders on your case, other than.
And that was enough.
Another judge has recused it. Look,
well, that was enough.
I hope you know this. If you've been reading the newspaper articles, I believe very firmly in the right to have a jury trial. I believe very firmly in the people's rights to be heard in the courts. That's the whole reason I'm here. So
well, I would concur, Judge.
On your case, I haven't ruled on substantively on motions on your case.
Well, we do have where you actually had me scheduled to be heard. You were omnipresent this time too, on October the 29th.
What is the nature of that order? I don't have it in front of me.
Well, it was Neil Pinkston. This is what's happening now with the distancing and the COVID-19. That's the way I like to refer to it, Tom. What happened?
If you let me know what the piece of paper is, I'll be happy to let you know what it is, Mr. Bell.
Well, what we can do, since you're not presiding over my cause and we're not interfering with the ex parte, you're not that doesn't apply. And if it did, I don't think you would be calling me right now. But I've been proceeding pro se for a long time for justice, and I haven't received that. And even though all of what we've discussed this morning is fine, but I'm still entitled to my day in court. And I've been denied.
No, I absolutely agree with that. I hope you know that I'm not denying you. You have no case pending in the Hamilton County Criminal Court. I am seeking, not in the least, to deny you in any way your access to civil justice.
Okay, well let's see if that's true. I would like to set a date up where we could have the press involved with this fraud case that's been before the court and has been in delay for the last 6 months.
Is it in the criminal court, Mr. Bell?
Well, it's in the circuit court, but it has criminal intent. And that's where we are now, because the judges were supposed to stop and non-pro-tonk correct the court errors that occurred in the causation of Monty Bell, and you all haven't done that. You've transferred my cases over and over to various divisions of the court, and even transferred it to a different municipality at one point, and it came back. So fraud is one of those things I'm sure you know, and you do a diligent job before the hearings of your court. I've sat there and I've listened to you on occasions. I've been there with David Toulis while with the 55. I invited him to your courtroom during the 55.
Where they have you all down as our guest, certainly.
Well, it was an enlightening experience. It didn't shed any light on my cause as to why am I being lured into a cause with 55 black men who have been told to social distance. You can't be around 10 people. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't go here. Can't go there. Well, the entire nation is under Neil Pinkston's rule to social distance.
Mr. Bellman, I dismiss the RICO cases if that's what you're referring to. The RICO cases are largely gone. There's only a handful of them pending in the court.
I understand that, but I had no business having my cause involved in that. I never should have had
To my knowledge, you were not one of the named defendants in the indictment, were you?
That's what makes our situation so atrocious, and that's what you call hiding a case.
I've not acted to hide any case, Mr. Bell, related to you at all.
Well, I think our documents will beg to differ, and that's why I'm requesting a meeting. And I want the public involved here. This has been my career that has been shamefully denied because of this judicial system and the judges that are on the bench.
Nothing actually hurts me more than to hear a citizen, particularly of Hamilton County, suggests they've been denied
due process. Due process.
I would hope that no cause for complaint could ever be leveled against me in that regard. So
Well,
here's what I would like you to do for me. You asked for a response in writing. I'm happy to give you a response in writing. If you will send me copies of the documents that you allege that I have hidden cases or that I've addressed you or dealt with you improperly at all, I am happy to respond to you in writing. And if you'll allow me the privilege of doing that, I'd be appreciative.
That'll be a first step, and I think these kids from 1993 to 2019 would be appreciative too. These numbers
I'm
you'll
not going
see.
to interfere in anything you've got going on up in circuit court, but to the extent that you think that I have anything to do with denying you a day in court or denying you a right to a jury trial or denying you due process at all, if you'll let me know, I'll be happy to respond to you in writing.
Well, I'm grateful, and this whole process of setting me up for my demise, this is the one that I want to get to, and it's a sad event for the legal system in its entirety. This should have never happened. It should have never happened. As a pro se litigant, as a resident of this city and county, as a citizen of the United States of America, there never should have been any confusion as to who the presiding judge was in my case. I should have had a jury trial just based on the evidence and the requests. That's part of the due process. I've been denied due process, a right to be heard, and not only that, I've been turned into a criminal in my own civil court case matters by the judges.
Hopefully, certainly not by me, but here's what I want you to do if you can, please. Do you have my address that you can send the documents to?
I have a phone directory that was mailed to me of 2017.
It would hopefully list 600 Market Street.
It does indeed.
Okay. Sure. If you will address the letter to me at 600 Market Street, as I said, I'm certainly happy to review it. I'm certainly happy to take my time to respond to it in writing.
Okay.
Those are your first steps. I'm privileged to do that.
Now, one last thing here. As a professional journalist, I've spent my entire career in broadcast journalism and news. We've got a defendant, David Toulis, that has a radio broadcast who praises you on occasion. But at the same time, he has a case where his own court case is before the court. Where due process is being denied. And now, this is worse than anything that Trump can do, to have a person on the air in my profession that was once an editor of all things, editing out the truth of black people. Now he's on, not only praising you and Donald Trump, but anything that goes against the due process of black and poor people. Now that's getting ready to stop. And he's going to have to come to court. There's a default.
I'm not aware of any case that Mr. Tullis has before me or anything like that. Even if he did, of course, you would understand, Mr. Bell, I wouldn't be able to comment on it, but I'm not aware that David Tullis has any case before the Second Division of the Criminal Court.
Well, it's not in the Second Division of the Criminal Court. But at any rate, we'll get this to you. And again, we want the public, this is the public's right to know why the court system denies black people in 2020 of all times due process of law.
I'm happy to do that. The courts are open. I believe that we need to be responsive to the public. Hopefully, if you've been in my court, you've seen that. I do not think that the court is denying African-American people or any other group of people, certainly, any due process of law, but I am happy to respond to what you think may be the issue, and hopefully we can get some resolution on it. I'm happy to do that.
Well, we've given the entire world, Tom, an opportunity to see what social distancing is like, and they don't like it. In fact, they violated the law because they couldn't even take it for 30 days. And I want you all to consider what you do to my people when you lock us up and deny us of opportunity. We're not trying to figure out why white people hate us. This world was meant for all.
I hope you know that that's not occurring at all in the Second Division of the Criminal Court. I hope you know that.
Well, I don't. That's why I'm on the phone, because something is happening, Tom. The reason that I've not been able to be heard in court. This has been a denial of my rights, 14th Amendment, 13th, 15th, whatever you want to call it. since 2017, and that's where you appear as the presiding judge. And I'm grappling with, how do I have a criminal court judge presiding, whether it's pro tempore or otherwise, in my cause, and I didn't know anything about it. I'm discovering.
Once again, I've tried to explain that kind of at a high level. I'm happy to explain it in writing, put it all down to explaining exactly what I think has happened. And of course, if there's still an issue, I tell you this, Mr. Bellamy, if there's still an issue,
There is.
If your case is still pending in the circuit court, you have avenues of appeal, you have avenues of redress, you have those other avenues. But once again, please send the documents to me. I'm perfectly happy to respond to you. It'd be my privilege to do so, and I would look forward to it.
All right, thank you. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you so much.